the deal? This your boy Westside Boogie, and you tuned into the Bootleg Kev show. We out here.
All right, man. Bootleg Kev show. We got a special guest in here.
It's lit.
Westside Boogie.
You finally let me come, man.
First of all, I've DM'd you before.
Nah, that's crazy. You be ignoring my DMs.
That's not true.
It's all right, man.
I can show you.
Treat me like the little Instagram thought.
Hey, for this stuck video, how did y'all pull that shit off? Just for say, it just looked like it was it like an uncomfortable video to shoot, hanging upside down like that?
What you mean? I was flying for real.
You weren't flying for real, obviously.
I literally was flying.
Okay, well.
Nah, it was hella uncomfortable. I hate that shit because the fucking, can I cuss on this thing?
Of course.
Oh, the fucking harness?
Yeah.
They put it inside my pants. So for one, it's a dude kneeling down in front of me while my pants is like kind of down.
Did you enjoy that?
No, you're funny as hell. And I'm already in Compton in the middle of the hood. So the homie's like, oh, blood.
Pause,
so
blood.
I'm dealing with that. And then it's just uncomfortable. Like something, and like,
because it's up against your skin,
yeah,
right?
And they need it tight. The tighter it is, the safer it is for you. So I'm already like scary about heights and stuff like that. So I'm like, put it as tight as possible. So then I had to get used to like flipping backwards and like my weight and stuff like that. But
it just kind of like your face and like a few of the shots reminded me of 50 at the Super Bowl a bit.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? Like hanging upside down. You know what I mean? For a little bit.
What about 50 in a regular video? The Super Bowl, he looked kind of washed. That's my boy, but Super Bowl, he was a little heavy when he pulled down. But
he wasn't heavy. I just think that's grown up weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you saying mine look like grown up weight? That's just, I got you.
Anyway, when is your album coming out, man? It's been a while.
I know. It's been, what, 3 years?
Was it 2019? 2018?
2019? Yeah, 2019. Yeah, soon. Next, one of these days.
I mean, listen, you're here for a reason, right?
Exactly. You know it's rollout.
The album is done?
I didn't just pull up.
Right.
I'm just
I mean, you got music out.
Yeah, I do, exactly. That means I'm back outside.
How many songs is on your album?
Y'all asking me questions. I don't even know if I can answer. I'm gonna say
what does that mean?
12 to 15 because
I didn't ask you if Eminem was on the album.
Everything is like, everything is part of the rollout. You gotta surprise people. But
this shit is ridiculous. You guys are doing interviews.
I know it's fucked up, man. I love you, bro.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. Capping. 12 to 15. I want it to be, for real in my brain, I want it to be 13. But I'll be like trying to figure it out until the day it's released. I probably might take something out or add some last minute Hail Mary. You never know.
Yeah. Is it like, because I feel like that's like, to me, a nice number for an album.
Yeah. And
we start getting into like that 2021. It's like, yeah.
It's a little overwhelming sometimes listening to that much music at once. So I was going to do 10, but I was like, I didn't make them wait 3 years for 10 songs. They're going to be pissed. So,
how is everything just in terms of like just life, man? We got through a pandemic. You know what I mean? Obviously,
that happened, huh? We was in the house.
You've been waiting 3 years for your music, so I'm assuming you've lived a lot of life in that time.
Yeah, pandemic was good and bad for me, like as far as like quarantining, because like I had to be in the house, but it also like tested my relationship that I was in at the moment. We ended up breaking up, which like I don't think we was right for each other anyway.
Do you think the pandemic kind of made y'all break up? Like,
I mean, it forced us to be around each other. I think it was problems we would have kept prolonging. We probably would have ended up breaking up, but not like when we needed to. You know what I'm saying? Because
thank God it happened before you had a baby or something.
I mean, yeah, with her. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I do got a kid, but
it's not with the.
Yeah, just not with her. So, that happened. Then also just like an artist in my head, I deal with that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie about that. Then going through therapy and then finally being in a good headspace. Still struggling some days. So yeah.
What up, y'all? Got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our good folks over at Blue Chew. Now, fellas, if you're out there and you're suffering from a little bit of that ED, erectile dysfunction, it's totally normal. It happens. You could be stressed out at work. You could be just having anxiety in life, and your dick is not up to par. Well, guess what? That's where Blue Chew comes in, because Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and as Cialis. And check this out. It's a straight online prescription service. You do not have to go to the doctor's office. You don't have to go have any like weird, awkward conversations about why your dick isn't working with a stranger. No, what you do is you go to bluechew.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you'll get your first month for free. That's right. First month for free. All you do is pay $5 shipping. All right. And when I tell you that Blue Chew, it hits. All right. You will You'll be fucking like you never fucked before. Let's just say that. Shout out to Blue Chew. One more time, get your first month free. Use the promo code BOOTLEG. BlueChew.com. It comes right to your door in discreet packaging. Open it up. It's in a chewable form. And it is that shit to fight ED. So go to BlueChew.com ASAP and use that promo code BOOTLEG and try it for a month for free. Therapy, man. I feel like it's something that a lot of people are comfortable. I feel like it's starting to become normalized.
I love this. Like my generation, I'm starting to realize we're so amazing. Just as far as like, I look around, all my homies is great parents. When I remember us being younger, none of us had our dads, and now we we just overcompensating for what we didn't have. You know what I'm saying? We super like dads now. And so yeah, even with therapy, like my homies is starting to be open to it. Black and brown community starting to be open to it. So I think it's dope. What
was there anything that like kind of was like your tipping point where you're like, I need to go talk to somebody type shit?
For me, my feelings were just hurt. I was just crying. I was tired of crying. The opportunity was presented to me from LVRN because, you know, they care about the artist's mental health. So shout out to them. And I didn't really want to do it at first. It felt like homework. Some days it still felt like class. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've been to therapy. Sometimes you get like exercises to do.
Yeah,
like, yeah, do this, and we'll meet next week.
Yeah, exactly. So having to do stuff when you leave, and it's like, man, I just want to come here and not have to deal with it when I get out of therapy. So it's still a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to notice the benefits of it. Just like I'm more patient, more open to people, and like understanding where they're coming from and stuff like that.
Do you find yourself like practicing shit you learn like in real time? You're like, oh, this is...
Yeah, just like I get tested still, and the way I'm able to approach these situations now and not just react out of like anger or feel like I'm getting attacked when somebody give me their opinion on something. And I know in the past that's been my problem, is always feeling attacked when somebody go against my way of thinking.
What were you so sad about, man?
I got dumped. You know what I'm saying?
So the breakup.
Yeah, it messed me up. Because I feel like this was like my first healthy relationship. All my other relationship was like based off like trauma bonding and stuff like that. It was my baby
trauma bonding.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just hurt people.
Yeah,
just like
hurt people love hurt people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let's so this be hurt together.
Exactly. So this was the first time I felt like I had a girl who was like, she was open to my kid. Like she was receptive to him. She was at the games with me. It was just healthy. And I don't think I knew how to handle that. So I don't think I was a great boyfriend at the time, but also she had a lot of growing to do. And so I think we just hit our ceiling, and it messed me up because I was my best friend also, you know what I'm saying? And that was the part I didn't know how to like, I was just trying to fill that void because it was just missing. So I was messing with a lot of thoughts and stuff like that.
The thoughties,
just to fill that space. I didn't know how to sit at home by myself for more than a day. Got to have somebody over, but then also don't want them like being clingy or kissing on me. It's just like, it's just weird. Didn't make sense.
So you kind of used like that was kind of like your coping mechanism for the breakup.
Thought. Exactly.
Being a thought. Yeah. How do you feel like you're over it?
Yeah, I still go through days when I'm mad because I feel like I didn't get no closure.
Right.
I feel like
what happened? Just disappeared on you? What happened?
Just, you know, life, her life. I feel like she still has to go through her whole phase. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel
honestly, it's an important phase that every girl needs to go through.
And I feel like she was starting to grow to resent me because she had life she needed to see. She also a singer, so I feel like I'm not sure she felt supported in all the space of her career. And I got an ego too, so who knows how I was acting or how she was perceiving it. But I also don't want to hold her accountable. She was doing weird stuff on Instagram, you know. She dating somebody I know now and stuff like that. But
what was like for you, like, was there a specific reason why it took you so long to get this album out? Or do you feel like it was just, I mean, so many different things probably ended up accumulating in this?
I'm sure it was because I was in my head a lot. I'm so heavy on like growth and like making sure my next stuff is better than my last project. And I feel like my last project was so amazing. So that first year after that, I was definitely in that bag. When I finally was ready to record again, I feel like I was making the same songs that I did from Everything for Sale because it was my comfort space. So then was that my manager was having to be like, nah, we not doing this again. You gonna have to find a new pocket. So being frustrated about that, took a minute to get over that hump. Then yeah, we finally got to a space where I had something I wanted to talk about. I also don't know how to draw from fake spaces. I got to find something.
Something real.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I obviously don't want this to be my production rate. Every 3 years I drop an album. So I think the therapy, also like opening my mind up to stuff, it's been helping. So I think I'm in a great space now. So
you mentioned LVRN. I mean,
yeah, I bring them up a lot. Yeah. Those my managers. They great.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yo, they have some of my favorite artists.
Me and me and me and me.
And I love Black.
That's my dog. He amazing, huh?
He's the man.
Amazing.
Listen, I love Black. Black's like, I would say he's like in my probably top 5 favorite artists of the last like decade. I love Black.
That's so
he needs
amazing.
some new music, man.
It's coming.
I'm waiting.
Black season. I just seen it on somebody's story the other day, so I'm waiting like you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. We need some new music. Yeah, for sure. Some new merch, all that good stuff. What is for, cause like, I feel like, being signed to Eminem is gotta be a gift and a curse. How would you kind of perceive it? Because we always hear like,
what curse? What do you think is a curse?
I mean, Eminem is, he's the greatest rapper alive.
That is, I feel you. I do.
You know what I mean? So like when people think of Eminem, they think of him being like the GOAT, and I feel like anytime he signs an artist, it's very much expected that artist also has to be in that. And like, think about, he signed you, he signed the Griselda guys, Slaughterhouse back in the day. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other artists. Who else is on Shady?
Yellow Wolf.
Who?
Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf. Yeah, but he's not on Shady anymore.
No, I didn't know that.
Who's on Shady? You don't know that?
I didn't.
They kind of had a falling out.
Oh, my bad.
I believe.
Fuck Yellow Wolf.
No, don't say that.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. I'm just all over the place. Royce, my dog. But let me just tell you like this.
I don't think Royce is on Shady though.
But he was at a point. Come on, man. Wasn't he?
I thought they just did
friends?
Bad Meets Evil. I mean, Royce is in.
Hey, you know better than
Independent.
me. Why you throw that out there?
Shout out to Royce though. Royce is one of the best.
Royce is really one of my favorite people in the world.
He's also one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Literally.
I literally think at any given time he might be the greatest rapper alive. There's like a few of those guys. It's like Royce, Black Thought. I think Conway's in that discussion. I think when you're at your peak, you could be in that discussion.
Hilarious.
Eminem.
I was about to say, if you didn't say something towards me, I was about to trip.
Be like, no, fuck you, bro.
Nah,
Eminem signed me for a reason.
But what I'll be saying is like, I don't know. I never feel it because it's for one, I'm competitive. So it's like everybody's like even playing field for me. Obviously, I respect everything how Eminem changed my life. But you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to get to where I'm trying to go. So I don't feel no pressure from whatever Eminem has accomplished because I like got my own goals. And also, it's like the shit I face in my neighborhood. It's like once I come to this shit, it just be like
this is nothing.
It's like whatever. What's some little, it's a little not like that. Some little white kids on the internet that's gonna be mad I'm not rapping fast. Is the most. Is
that a thing?
It is a thing for real. For real. It's like from the outside looking in, a lot of people think I don't fit what the Shady roster stand for. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, know. You know what I'm saying? I could bar up at any given time, and that's not. I just don't want to do it all the time.
Did you say you can bar up Eminem at any given time?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Not like that.
Maybe.
But I was just saying, I could go off.
Right. At any given time, you're capable of. But that's not giving them that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more so in delivering my message, and if great lines come in the process of that, that's dope. Little metaphors and stuff, but trying to get my point across and make great music and talk to my people. So, yeah, don't care about what no Shady fans are saying. I love the shit out of y'all, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just in Detroit. I told you I went to a Tech Nine concert in Detroit, and I saw with my own eyes Detroit white people, like not just normal white people, like Detroit white people, like that listen to Insane Clown Posse and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it was just a different white trash in Detroit hits.
You got to see Australian white trash.
I bet you they're fucking
different.
But I bet you they could survive off the grid.
Nah, it was fire. 80,000 people, 5-year-olds out there
in Australia.
At this concert, and it was just wild.
You opened?
Yep, and he brought me out on his set.
That's big, man.
Super grateful for that.
Nice guy, Eminem.
Yes, nice guy. Sometimes I feel bad for how big he is because he can't do some of the stuff that
he would probably want
regular people want to do. So I do see he trapped in celebrity sometimes, but I take that. You know what I'm saying?
I know you obviously wrote on the album, but I just want to get your opinion on this Kendrick album, man.
Amazing.
It's incredible, right?
Proud to be from Compton. Shout out to Dot.
What was your favorite song on the album?
Count Me Out.
Count Me Out's amazing.
Love that. That's right when right after we listened, that was the one I said play back again.
I was going to say, like, how did you initially listen to the album? Because for me, like, we had like premiered it at the radio station and I was like, man, I don't want to listen to it tonight because I can't give it all the attention I want. Yeah. So I waited until like Saturday or Sunday and just sat with it. Like,
me and my friends made a thing. It was like my close music friends, like my 2 producers and a couple other people I respect, and we had the lights low. I was sitting on the floor with a bottle of champagne, and we just played it through.
Incredible body of work. And I feel like it's like it's like the vulnerability from artists as big as Kendrick. Like, to think how vulnerable he is.
And that's the necessary part. And I'm glad you said that because that's extremely necessary.
Super necessary.
Somebody that big is still vulnerable and not hiding behind.
And still goes through like the same random human situations we go through.
Yeah, because I mean,
open to
all of them
about
do.
it.
Just that he open to talk about it.
Yeah, everyone goes through it, but like not everyone in his position is gonna share that kind of shit.
Facts.
You helping Summer with her verse, like just give me a little rundown of how that happened.
LVRN Dream Team. The play was brought to me by Justice, one of my managers, and I just helped with what I could help with. Sent it over. You know what I'm saying? Summer did her thing, went crazy.
That's got to be up there, and like being a kid from Compton.
Duh. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, one of my favorite rappers in the world. So,
would you say? Because I always say Kendrick is top 5 dead or alive. I feel like if you could put Biggie in your top 5, you old dusty ass motherfuckers. By the way, I'm one of them. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 albums.
I don't put Biggie in my top 5 though.
But a lot of people do. Like Brian Gagg from Interscope, who was here with you. He's an old dusty New Yorker. Biggie's definitely in his top 5.
Yeah, I feel it.
Off of 2 albums.
No, I get it though, and
but I'm like,
Kendrick in my top 5, all dead or alive,
bro.
Facts.
What?
Yeah, facts.
And he's probably. I mean, I feel like if you think of like first, and if we're excluding Section 80, but let's even include like Section 80, but like, I feel like the only person who could fuck with his first 4 albums is Kanye.
That's a good point. Facts. Them first 4 albums was undeniable.
Because if it's Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, damn, that's 4. Well, I mean, if you take Section 80 out, let's start with just Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, even them.
Shit.
Snap.
And not including Untitled, which is kind of like his lost tapes,
I love Untitled too.
Me too.
That was my shit.
Doesn't get talked about enough. And we got an Untitled project from Kendrick. That's some real rap shit. Like Nas gave us a lost tapes, Kendrick gave us an Untitled.
Yeah, he really gave us a lot of music.
Who is your top 5? That's a weird question, but like, it's probably rotating at any given time.
I mean, it don't really rotate. It's the same ones. I'm not gonna say no order, but I just know it's Lil Wayne, Kendrick, Jay-Z, Tupac, Eminem.
Was the last one political?
Eminem.
I'm gonna say, if you don't say Eminem, those dusty white kids are coming for you.
Just on the craft of music.
Yeah.
He might be number 1 if we just talking.
If we're talking about ability to rap, he's probably number 1.
Exactly. So
ability of rapping, Eminem could be. I mean, discography.
I agree. We'll agree to disagree.
You like his discography, M's discography?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna debate you on it either.
Yeah, I got you. I get it, man.
Yeah, but yep, love everything Eminem does.
Love his first 3 albums.
Everything Eminem has ever dropped is amazing.
Loved his first 3.
Oh, that's what I thought you was asking me. My bad.
Loved Music to Be Murdered By. That shit was fire.
What's your least favorite one?
Out of all his albums?
Yeah.
Oh, was it Revival?
Uh-huh.
Was that the one that came out in like where he was?
That's the one he said he didn't like, right? One of them he said he didn't like.
Listen, I'm gonna say this about Eminem. Eminem's one of my favorites ever. Eminem Show is one of my favorite albums of all time. I love Eminem Show. It's my favorite M album. Man, Skylar Grey on every fucking album.
Oh my God! Shout out to Skylar Grey, man.
I'm just tired of Skylar Grey and Pink hooks. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I respect that.
But I did love Recovery was dope. That was a newer one. I mean, it's like 12 years old now. But like Recovery was fire, and Music to Be Murdered By was like a vintage Eminem album to me. It's because you know what's crazy? Because like I just miss like a lot of people used to talk shit about Eminem's production, but I liked it.
No, it used to be hard to me too.
So like on those albums, like especially like Eminem Show, you would hear like Eminem production, and you'd be like, oh, but then I feel like he kind of just got away. Music to Be Murdered By was my shit. I was like, this feels like a vintage Eminem project.
That's amazing,
and not a bunch of ballads. Shout out to Skylar Grey though.
Shout out to Skylar.
Have you met Skylar Grey?
Yep, she was in Australia with us. So
she's a nice lady.
Amazing lady.
Nice. Shout out to her, man.
Shout out to Skylar Grey, man.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to
Ed Sheeran, Pink, all of them.
Shout out to all of them. Shout out to white people, man.
White people in general, man. With your album, like, I know you're not going to give us any features. Because
Shelly on there, but that was on a single, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's already out. But how many other rappers are on the album? How about that? Just give me that.
As of right now, I'm counting 4 in my brain. If we just say they rap, yeah.
4 of the rappers.
Yeah.
No idea when the album's coming out, or
I do got an idea.
An idea.
I would say in the next 40 days.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, you are making your rounds.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about like in terms of like your writing process? A lot of times, like when I'm in the studio, a lot of artists nowadays, I feel like they punch in line by line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I respect people who do that and I admire them. I just can't do that. That just seems so like counterproductive for me.
Are you still putting the pen to paper or the notes?
Nah, I write in my brain. I've been doing that since 9th grade when my glasses messed up and I couldn't see like the paper no more. But also I just need a trigger word. Like if I'm scared I'm gonna forget the sentence, I just write a word down in my notes. Like,
fire.
Just one word and then I could connect the bar. I'm gonna remember the bar in my brain.
Oh shit.
So, like that.
So will you like do that at, like I guess if you get sent a pack of beats, are you doing that shit in the studio or are you doing that shit at home and then
I don't like the studio. I hate the studio. I do everything at home. I literally hate the studio.
Why?
Because it's cold. It's people walking around. It's just like I need my intimate. My music's so personal to me. I'm not ready for people to. It's only a certain amount of people I trust to hear it.
You record yourself?
Nah, but he with me every day. My producer, my engineer.
There he is.
One of my best friends. So I can't record myself though. I definitely send him stuff when I'm just at home.
Yeah, when Blast just told us that he recorded Chosen on a Focusrite and a Rode mic at his house, that shit blew my mind. I was like, bro, that's crazy. That's like the $250 like package.
That's what I did. My first project, Thirst 48, I did at home by myself too. That mic was probably $50. So I just had to stack my vocals a bunch of times to make it sound full. I just copy and paste because I didn't know how to really do it.
Mix and master shit.
Yeah, and I just put it out. So,
what in your, obviously LA, I feel like it's kind of had a renaissance in terms of like getting a lot more respect in hip hop. And, I feel like there was like a dry spell, from like.
Man, I was just with this nigga from Atlanta the other day, and he was talking crazy about LA and just how we not respected outside of LA, and it was pissing me off. And then he was just like, Rowdy flopped, where's that at? We don't got him. And it's like I be saying it, I be wanting the world to respect it, but it still feel like we got a lot of work to do as far as like. But I was saying yesterday, it's out here they always want to bring up Atlanta, how everybody support each other. The streets dictate how LA move, and you know what I'm saying, everybody can't move around with each other.
I was gonna say, do you feel like that is because I always say that like sometimes the politics will get in the way of like certain artists working together, or like you said, people say that about Atlanta, but it might not be actually possible for everyone to move together out here. But I do feel like there is some sort of cohesiveness with some of the younger generation when it comes to like the Ruchis and the One Take J's, and like obviously nationally they might not be where we want them to be, but I just feel like there's something, the LA scene is thriving right now.
And that's what make One Take, I think what make One Take J amazing, because he stay true to himself. He not trying to gangbang. You know what I'm saying? And that make him able to move in all these different spaces. And we need artists like that could do that. He could go do work with Ruchi and then go work with Blueface and then just be anywhere he want. You know what I'm saying?
And nobody will say anything.
And nobody say nothing. And we love him. But it's a lot of niggas. It's a lot of upcoming artists that feel they got to attach themselves to a neighborhood. And that's just young black men in general. They got to feel like they got to do that to feel like secure or feel cool. So then that prevents them from being able to work with other artists, because it's a 30 years of tension between these two neighborhoods, and you just can't do it.
Yeah, it's crazy because, working with Head had to break down all the politics of LA to me one night when I first moved out here in like 2017. I was like, fuck, I had no idea.
And it's sad. It's hella sad, but
people from the outside that don't live here don't understand like the intricacies of some of this shit. Because like we just think of like nationally, you think of LA, you just think Bloods versus Crips. Like it's definitely not that simple.
No, it's not. And it's Bloods versus Bloods.
It's Crips versus Crips.
Yeah, and that's majority of the time what it is. It's like same on same now. So it's like,
and it's like some of the more heavier conflicts are between Crips versus Crips.
Exactly. So it's tough, man.
And then not knowing what hat to wear in what areas.
Man, I remember it was recently. I knew somebody that got shot, and I was trying to support him, and then I had commented on their page like, "Hope you get better." And then I know somebody was like, erase your thing, because, you know what I'm saying, we might have something to do with that. And I'm just like,
oh, that happened?
Man, I'm like, I never know nothing. I'm just in the dark. So it'd be like, that's LA politics for you.
100%, man. Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our good folks at Odd Socks. Listen, the most comfortable socks in the entire world, I promise you, are these Odd Socks basics right here. Now, I like the high joints, the whites or the blacks. We're very inclusive at the Bootleg Podcast. Love the blacks and the whites of Odd Socks, of course. But they also got the crazy licenses. They got Ninja Turtles. They got fucking Scarface, Breaking Bad socks, which I just rewatched. Amazing. And their underwear are the best, man. I was just talking to somebody about how fire the Odd Socks draws are because the waistband, it don't fold. They're just comfy as hell. So go to oddsocksofficial.com. You see the website, spell it that same way, and use the promo code BootlegKev, all one word together, and you'll get 20% off from our presenting sponsors, our family at Odd Socks. It's all that's on my ass and feet, ladies and gentlemen. So go get you some Odd Socks. Let's get back to the interview. Who are some of your favorite LA artists that like are kind of on the come up? You know what I'm saying? Like that you're just a fan of.
I like Baby Stone Gorillas. I like what they doing. My young homies, I got to give them a shameless plug. Epic Must Die and KB Divine. Who else I like right now? ASM the Bobster. I think he dope. It's
he's got the.
I like the way you move. Wally is from my neighborhood. Obviously, I love Wally. YS.
Wally's dope.
Wally and YS, I love them. Key Riches, 3 youngest from my neighborhood that I love. And let me see who else out here. I said I want to take Jay, but he already kind of up now.
Wally's dope though.
Wally amazing, super talented, like could really write.
And I feel like he makes records that could really transcend.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like
and that's one of them artists that I like that can move outside of LA and people connect to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what we got to stop doing is stop making our music just so about like for our homies. And I used to do that early too. Like I'm just gonna make music for the hood. So when I come to the hood could be playing it, but. Then when you go outside,
you want the world to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Then you leave and you're like, what the fuck?
That's why Roddy figured it. You know, Roddy
definitely figured it out. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Once you find the formula, it's up. And so yeah, even when we had that wave with Mustard and Roddy, I think it was a year or two ago.
Roddy's album came out in December of 2019, right?
Yeah. It was everywhere, and I feel like that was our chance to like be back in the world and like figure it out. But you know, we still gonna have our shot. But
it's crazy because you think of the Roddy situation and like how long he took to put out his album, kind of similar to you, obviously.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes when you wait a while, you can maybe overthink it.
100%. And you know, it's a real fear and it's a real thing because the more it's always gonna be like, oh, you made this wait this long and you didn't live up to expectations because you're not gonna be able to please everybody. And that one time you see that could just mess up your whole mental state. I know for me it will. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's tough. But you also don't want to oversaturate yourself. You also don't want to rush a product, but you got to let that shit go. You do got to just let it go and just create and just give it out to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, low key, man. I mean, I feel like that sometimes, like when we think of like, we all know artists, you're one of them. I'm sure you've had songs that you've recorded in the last 3 years that you loved like 2.5 years ago when you first recorded them that probably didn't make the album because they might have been old to you.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
No, it still happens. I just had to bring an old song back like 2 weeks ago
because it's old to you, but no one's heard it.
Exactly.
I see that shit all the time.
But I'm glad I left the song for a little bit and came back to it and with new ears, and I was like, oh, I was tripping. This song slap, and that'd be a lot of times too. So yeah, but I also feel like I've rushed songs out that I was just trying to put music out, and I was like, I don't really love this. But then I guess that can happen all the time.
Why do you think you're still so slept on, man? Because I feel like you're very slept on, very underrated when it comes to just the conversations of just the best rappers. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you don't get the respect you deserve.
What I notice, I'm super respected by artists. It's like I'm just a nigga that's known in the artist world. They're like, oh yeah, not to play with Boogie, but it could be consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like dropping more, that could be a thing. I hate the term slept on because I feel so much love, but I get it when people say it. But I don't never really feel it. I know I'm supposed to be bigger, but just slept on always. It's like it's really my fault if I'm not is where I need to be.
Yeah, I think it's just like I feel like an artist like yourself, like I just feel like we just need more music.
No, that's and I get it. So you know what I'm saying. So that's all it is, consistency. So that's this. If any artist want to learn from me, and like get out your head and move forward. You know what I'm saying?
And get some therapy if you need it.
Yeah, shoot your shot.
Even if you don't need it, you might not even know you need it.
We all need it. Well, I'm talking to black people. I know for sure you got some type of unaddressed trauma somewhere. You gotta be.
Have you ever done any hallucinogenics at all, like shrooms or anything?
Oh yeah, and I'm scared of shrooms right now because that shit revealed that I had some crazy shit going on in my brain, and I'm not doing it again. So I'm gonna fix myself some more.
I like that. So you took shrooms, and it kind of like
because I was against it like forever. So it was just like last year I had like a month where I did acid and like shrooms, and it was crazy.
Very therapeutic thing to do if you do it the right way.
I saw all my demons. I saw myself, and I hated who I saw. I was
Them
like,
shits can change your life, low key.
facts. And I'm damn near preaching like niggas need therapy and shrooms just as much. I feel like everybody needs to do shrooms once because like you got to see that shit. I'm like, that shit was crazy. Yeah.
What about would you ever try DMT?
Man, I don't think I'm ready because I could barely handle shrooms.
Yeah, I feel like DMT, you got to be like really.
Yeah, and then what's the other one? Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Ayahuasca. Yeah, that's like a all day thing. You need a
ritual
shaman
and shit like that.
You need a shaman. You got to like prepare yourself, prepare your body.
I probably never be able to come back from that.
I don't know, man. I know a lot of people. You know, it's funny because I got a couple of homies that have done ayahuasca and they say it's like 30 years of therapy in like 6 hours.
I heard that too.
It's crazy. Like so much.
Trying to go do it?
I want to do it eventually.
Yeah.
I know that they have like some groups in like Malibu and Santa Monica that do it. But I like low key want to go to like Costa Rica.
That's where I heard it's
like where it's at.
Yeah. That's fire.
But I also am like afraid I'm gonna throw up and shit on myself.
Yeah, and they say you do that projecting or projectile throw whatever.
Nah, but shrooms are the wave.
Yeah,
we gotta normalize shrooms in hip hop, man.
You microdose.
You gotta microdose. No more perks. Leave the perks alone.
Leave the perks alone and microdose,
bruh. All right, well look, we're gonna get an album in the next 40 days.
40 days.
All right.
40 days, 40
there's
nights.
4 rappers on it.
4 rappers, a singer or 2. You know what I'm saying?
A singer or 2.
Singer or 2.
Is Black on the album?
I'm not giving them no info, but also Black not on the album.
Listen, man. This fly's been fucking.
I'm about to beat his ass.
This fly's been flying around this whole interview. This whole interview, this fly is a co-star of the fucking interview. That's what we get for leaving the front door open earlier. But yo, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I can't wait to hear the album.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna have him send it to you early.
Yeah, send it to me early. So
no rap cap.
No rap cap. There it is, my guy.
Shake my hand on camera. All right, yeah. Don't play with us.
Fire.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, we're gonna do a video drop in this camera.
That one.
Where you just introduce yourself. Make sure you check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast.
What's the deal? This your boy Westside Boogie. Make sure you check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast. I finally pulled up with my boy Slit.
And then an audio only drop for the radio. Just be like, yo, what up? It's Westside Boogie, and you're listening to the Bootleg Kev show.
Yo, what's the deal? This your boy Westside Boogie, and you tuned in to the Bootleg Kev podcast. It's not a podcast.
Bootleg Kev show.
Oh,
the radio show.